All right, thank you. We're here for the library committee meeting. I want to let Mary Lou Carolyn. Oh, it's 4:07. On it is June 8th, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
I'll let Mary Lou Carolyn get on
Ms.
to it.
Lamar, appreciate that. Welcome and thank you everybody for being here. We are going to do a little, well, we have the minutes. We'll review the minutes or approve the minutes.
Okay, the minutes right here. Yep.
Okay. Start out with that.
And this is from April, I believe, last name.
These are from the April meeting.
Yes.
So we just call for a to approve the minutes.
All right, so we'll vote to approve those minutes.
They look good, thank you.
Good to me.
Okay. Wonderful. So we're going to do just a little bit of switching up on the agenda. We have special guests here today, Ms. Laura Garcia, who is the Community Engagement Coordinator for the Newburgh Library, and Ms. Pam Peterson, who is the Director of the FACE Family and Community Engagement Program of the school district. And they're going to do a brief report on our fantastic Family Reading Day from last month. So Laura and Pam, take it away.
Okay, so first of all, thank you for letting us report on this. This has been a long-standing event that has been very successful from the initiation. It was started back in 2005 when I was a young whippersnapper doing this job, and I had a lot more energy. I approached the then executive director of the library, and we sat down and we kind of hammered out what this was going to look like. And it was about getting families energized around reading. And it was also about getting them acquainted with the library and understanding that it was an opportunity for them to utilize a resource that we had in this district, in this community, and for them to really find out about the programming, and for them to sign up for library cards and really find out what are the ways that they could support reading in the home. And that's the FACE, or the Family and Community Engagement piece about it, because literacy can be done at home. And when we partner with parents around things such as literacy, academics, and give them home-based strategies, it's an opportunity to merge that partnership between school and home for them to be able to support their child in their academic success. So one of the things that was critical about the event for this year is that it also aligned to the Superintendent's Literacy Challenge, which he launched, and it was very successful. So we were glad to include that in on that launch. And then one of the things that was very unique to the Family Reading Day this year is we had family learning stations this year. And so we had about 7 stations. The families would circulate around to the stations. And once they had completed the stations, they would get little stickers on their prep passes. They would hand those in, and then they would get a free book courtesy of the Friends of the Library. So that's a new element that we added. We were very excited about it. It was very well received. The one thing I think going forward that we would like to do with the learning stations is, I think we had 5 in English and 2 in Spanish. I would like to expand the Spanish stations to make sure that we're being equitable in that regard. Also looking forward to next year, we were thinking about how do we help parents understand how to navigate the event. I saw people coming in from different, entry points into the event, and they had their eyes bright and wide open, but where do I go? What do I do? How does this work? So one of the things Laura and I discussed was maybe having family reading ambassadors, our school, our students, and possibly directing them, telling them, where to go, what's going on, and how to access, certain things. So we were talking about that. And then I think that we were also looking at creating opportunities for families to be more active. I mean, we had the band, and some took the advantage of being able to dance to the music that the band, the mariachi band, was offering. But we were also talking about what are some kind of things that we could do, like maybe this is going to go way back, like hopscotch and some other things, to bring in more activity and more action, and for families just to play,
Right.
and have fun together. So those are some things that we're looking at for the future, to continue to expand the program and just make it more successful.
I want to talk about the heart of this particular event. Family Reading Day had been done here before, but I wanted to connect it with the celebration of the Day of the Child. Internationally, it's a celebration of Human Rights Day for children. And in my country and many countries in Central and South America, it's a celebration where kids and all adults can remember to be a kid. And my goal was also to bring up this idea of people understanding that learning can be fun, right? And we have to find joy for families to be able to feel welcome. So Family Reading Day and the connection with the celebration of the Day of the Child really allowed us to focus in not only creating these stations where families could learn these strategies and they take home with them, but to also feel like they belonged. And we were very focused on making sure that even anything and everything from the colors to the MC who was translating in Spanish and English, parents felt welcome at all times, right? And I think that's really important and critical when we create these events. Many times you can just put an event together and call it a fair, but when you're very particular about making sure that you are seeing people, that's really what hits home. So if we could move on to some of the other slides, I just want you guys to kind of get a view of what that event looked like, because pictures speak louder than words.
And
We had
Laura has, let me just break in here. Laura has an unbelievable talent for picking the most gorgeous day for this event. So last year it was a horrible winter cold and we had an 80-degree sunny day. So this where it was similar to that. So I don't know what she's got, but
We've never had to postpone. We've always, since the beginning of the inception, it's always been a nice thing.
that's amazing.
That's great.
It's wonderful.
one of the beautiful things about this event is that it gets bigger by the year. This is the second time we do it, and it gets more diverse by the year.
Mhm.
We're really connecting with these communities and introducing them to cultures that are fun and that they're joyful. And I think that's extremely important in this community where sometimes division can really affect the presence of people. So the pictures really speak for themselves in terms of who was present and what this was all about. You see parents literally just hanging out with their kids, doing amazing
No
things.
phones. The kids had no phones with them. They were rolling down the hill.
Yeah, you did see 'em in the
It was
Getting
really
dirty.
wonderful.
I actually saw
Getting
some
dirty.
parents doing it too. Didn't work out too well for them.
Asking questions, getting their hands on activities,
Yep.
and just really enjoying the different opportunities that we offer. We had over 20 local not-for-profits who were also participating and offering different activities in its own. Some of the station leaders were former NECSD employees, as well as our own staff and community volunteers who really just pulled us up and said, I want to do this. And I think that that just really speaks in itself of why it's so important to involve the community and to have kids lead some of these stations. Ms. Jump was there from Horizons on the Hudson, and she brought some students with her. And I think for everybody to feel part of something, it's really the importance and the highlight to why we do what we do the way we do it. This event could have easily just been a bunch of people that we paid and called it a day, but it really focused on creating community, building trust, and welcoming people.
What are the kids doing with the cups?
So that's a literacy game
Mhm.
where kids have to put the cups in a particular setup in order for words or sentences to come to life. So, but the kids had a blast, and it was really beautiful to see them just being part of everything and being curious about everything, right? Again, I think that the reason why this is so successful is that it's community led. We include everyone, and it's very open to just people being there and hanging out and having a blast. You can see it in the pictures, and I know I added a lot of pictures, but I wanted you guys to get a glimpse of what we get to enjoy and see.
And our friends group went down like 3 or 4 times to get more books from the bookshop
Oh,
downstairs, from the children's area to bring them up so the folks could, you know, filter through and see what they wanted to bring home.
But they're great pictures, Laura.
They really, yeah.
It looks like it
Oh,
was a picture.
Ben took the picture.
I haven't seen them yet, so.
That's why they're so good.
We got donations from local businesses. We got a donation of 350 ice pops. They all went from a local vendor who every year supports us. And then we had local community volunteers that helped us with arts and crafts and activities. But again, I think that this just speaks for itself in terms of what are the goals when we think about programming and making sure that we highlight every community that's in the city, in the New York and Large City School District, and also thinking about including all cultures, not just when we're celebrating them by month, but all year round.
Yes.
It's super important to keep that in mind for us. And so we'll continue to do that and promote that, because this is what people expect from us, to be inclusive and to also make sure that everybody can participate in many ways. So it is a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it, because as you can see, this is why we do what we do. So. If
And the
anybody.
drinks, we had all the drinks too. that we did.
Yeah. And a lot of the things are donated, but it's also very hard on some businesses. So we try to pay for some, and then they give us some donations. So that
This
works
little
out
guy
pretty
on the
well.
left just came up
Yeah.
when the two other guys on the right were drumming. This little one came up and just started drumming right along
Oh,
with
wow.
them. Yeah, so it was really kind of cool.
So we have a ton more pictures, but this is the end. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. That's great. And Laura, you get to the heart of what we do and why we do it. And that's really at the crux of how we build community, because people want to know, what they feel a part of. And, you can't fool people. If something isn't responsive to the community, they'll know it. They'll just keep walking. But we had people filtering in all day, and the comments that we got and the excitement that was generated, it just really, fills our heart with joy, as you said. So thank you. Thank you both so much. And a great collaboration between the library and the school district once again.
Absolutely.
Great. All right. Well, I wanted to, this is our last library committee meeting for this fiscal year. So I just wanted to kind of sum up some of the accomplishments that we've had this year, and please feel free, Ben and Laura, to chime in. But just in looking at my report, and again, this report is compiled by our entire management team staff. So I don't want the voice of the library to just be mine, or the interpretation of the perspective to just be mine. So this section is mine right here, this little paragraph. The rest is the staff contributing to put in all of the things that are important to them. And I just feel that's very important as a library director. So, I wanted you to make a note of the program offerings. We'll look at those in just a few minutes in the gold there in the next few pages, but we'll go to that. That has really been a strength of ours. That has been really an inclusive act and a very intentional effort on our part to bring in topics and speakers and programs that are responsive to the community. So we're here. So we'll look. You can see we've got the pickle making. I'm telling you, it was a really popular thing.
Yeah.
Our food classes are really popular. The coding for all ages is really popular. We had Pilates here. The Desmond Center, while it's getting up and running, they did their classes here at the library in our tech hub, which became the tech hub, this line dancing, the Pilates room, the yoga room, and technology. Absolutely. We had wonderful Japanese cooking class. So we have a variety of programs that we work on, and it just gives you an idea as you scroll down the kinds of topics that we respond to. Floral drawing, people were coming in the middle of the afternoon, draw flowers. It was really beautiful. And line dancing we did outside on the plaza this past month. So that was nice. It was a beautiful afternoon. And then we do some health programs, and we have opportunities to have physicians sit here and really spend time with you. They're not rushing you out in 10 minutes. So you can ask your questions. And so we're going to be doing more of that. And our these Tech Foundation classes are workforce development. The grant that we received, these are really personalized classes, and the people are achieving great goals for the personal goals and for themselves, and then the goals for our program. But if you step back to okay, we're still going down. See, I don't even realize how many programs we have. But again, this, we really do try to reach across, to all the different, community organizations that help us out. We try to do a lot of programs on English and Spanish as much as possible. And we've been bringing in a lot of different things, business classes and, mental health, and, computer lab is just, is really sort of a drop-in experience. So we go back to the top. This year has been, really notable. We'll start with notary. We have a lot of notary, interactions or transactions that we do here at the library at no cost. We're trying to get more people, notarized so that they can do this as well. But a lot of people come into the library for this service, and then we try to, show them what else is going on. So it's a really important service to a lot of the members, and something that trust us to accomplish for them. Also, we started the Library of Things this year. That was a big accomplishment, and we're really we have it further on in the report. You'll see the different items that are going out more. We have SEAL, which is our service that goes above and beyond our own library to where you can reserve items throughout New York State and beyond. And that's a service that we really absorb the costs for. Sometimes we have to charge for postage to return things, but I know our former clerk did a lot of his got a lot of his textbooks through SEAL and saved. He said he estimated about $1,500 in textbooks by using them through the SEAL service that we offer. Museum passes are really popular, opportunities to see the arts and culture that we have in the Hudson Valley for no cost, to just go and check out a pass and go see Dia or Storm King, or go down to the city and see the Guggenheim. A lot of these adventures are cost prohibitive, especially for families. So even to get one pass is good, but and many of them have more than one opportunity. Our technology workforce development courses have been really popular. People are coming from, all different places to come to these classes. The word has gotten out, and it's been really nice to see the sense of accomplishment and achievement that people feel. If you were at the ribbon cutting of the 2 rooms, several of the students spoke, and they said, this was something that is going to advance me in my career in life. And I'm not comfortable taking these classes anywhere else, because people are coming from not knowing or knowing very little of technology, but knowing that if they want to get further in their career, they need to have some basic skills. So it's really a comfortable place to learn. And we've had some really nice success stories. So we'll continue that through to the beginning of next year. And then also our new digital resources, of course, our downloadable books are really popular. The tutor.com is a new service that we're working with the school district on, because the kids are, challenged still from, trying to catch up. And this is a free service that we are, as the central library, really footing the bill for a lot of it, for the rest of the library system as well. But it's available to all the students at any CSD. It is from 3 o'clock to 10 o'clock every afternoon and evening. And it's 371 days. It was almost, how many days do we have in a year? It's 361 days in a year. So it's almost available every day, and it's in Spanish and English. And it's not just for kids. That's one of the things that's so interesting. It's available through our website. You just go on and check in. But people who are going to take like the MCAT or other testing services, and they want some guidance or some tutoring, they can get that through tutor.com as well. And then we just switched over from Rosetta Stone to Mango language learning. It's a lot easier to navigate, and people are going somewhere. It's always nice to learn the language, and it'll take you through the various sections. So I encourage you to read through the report. We're excited about the programs that we're offering. We've had some really nice interactions with the community. Laura, if you want to mention some, you had quite a few engagements and outreach with different groups.
Yes, we have our monthly meetings that I attend all the time with our community partners. That always helps us understand what are the difficulties that our community is going through. So that information is then brought back and shared with the rest of the staff. Sometimes the staff is unable to really be out there in the community. So myself as a community engagement person, that's really part of my job. The biggest event we had this month on May 6th was the celebration of the Day of the Child, the Family Reading Day. We collaborated with Team Newburgh to participate in their outreach programs that they do, where they walk around the city of Newburgh and offer resources and information to our community that is in different areas. Many times I think people that work in certain buildings, we get stuck in the office, but it's always great to really see and walk around to find out what really are the issues that our community is facing and what our kids are facing themselves. Because what they get to see every day when they get home from school sometimes can be unsafe. And it's really important for them to know that there's places and spaces like the library where they can come in and forget about what's going on in front of their home or in front of their building and really spend time immersing themselves in other things, right? And like I heard someone say, when I used to read books, I felt like I was in different worlds or in different parts of the world. And I think that that's so important. We tend to be really busy with just collaborating with many of the local organizations who are always looking for ways to bring information and resources to their own community members that are part of their programs. So as you know, we had a lot of people had to get out and vote at the beginning of May. So we had a table with information to make sure that our community knew the different voting locations. It's every year it's a little bit different because many times they have to vote. So that can be confusing. So we always try to engage the community with very important information.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you. So moving on, we are going to be starting our final stage of the construction project, which is the local history resource or workroom, basically.
Mhm.
And that's adjacent to the new construction, the new room that was just created. That will enable us to gather some materials from the city. They have a lot of urban renewal documents, and we're trying to create a collection that is accessible and open to the public more often than the city isn't open as much as the library is. So we're trying, one of the goals of this new construction was to create an accessible and open and available resource for the city. So that's an effort that should be completed by early fall, and we'll be able to have more storage, more workspace, get more interns in to do go through documents, and also digitize a lot of our materials so that they're available beyond the walls of the library. Did you have any more you want to say?
I mean, a lot of work has already been done on that front. If you go to New York Heritage website, you can see some of the collections we have, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. There are a lot of great collections in storage that just haven't been processed. So they aren't accessible. They aren't visible to the public. So like Mary Lou said, the goal of this is to create a proper workroom and properly staff it so we can get those collections processed and out to the public, and also have them properly stored so that they're safe for future generations. And I think one thing we're committed to is also growing this collection through new acquisitions that tell the story of Newburgh now, which is something that a lot of archives need to be doing. Like, just what Laura's speaking to, how does the library reflect the community that we serve? The archives and our special collections should do that as well.
Yeah. Great, thank you. And the town branch, we had an update on Tuesday, and I thank you all once again for voting to support us to sign a new lease with the Newburgh Mall to open up our town branch once again. We are very excited about this space. It's about 600 square feet larger than the other space, so it will enable us to do a little bit more have a little bit more of a collection. But we are it's going to be a little bit of a change up too. We're going to have a lot of interactive activities there. And we'll have our librarians going over to the site more regularly to run programs and to do like virtual reality and robotics and things like that. And even in the morning for the walkers, to be able to expose our senior population to some of the new technology that's out there. And then in the afternoon, when other folks are coming in after work to have that. So we're really looking at it to be intergenerational, but experiential too.
Be down on the Sears end of the mall,
The Sears end of the mall, yeah. It's sort
down
of-
by the shoe guy that's been there forever.
Oh, I know, right. I love that guy. It's like, here's the pizza place.
Yeah.
And then there used to be GameStop,
Yeah.
and then our space is the frame shop, which is right next door to that.
Oh, okay.
So it's right there, and you can see Office Depot, you can see Children's Place, and
That's a decent size.
yes, it is a good sized space, and it's in a nice location. It's in the kind of family entertainment side of the mall. The other side is more adult oriented and in restaurants and things like that. So ours isn't going to be such a noisy end, but it'll be active and fun for kids and families.
And there's sufficient walkable parking.
Yes,
Which is really good
Yes.
for the people that like to come to your.
absolutely. Well lit, secured. I know they have a lot more security there as well. Our folks would be parking at the other end of the mall. But you could come right through the front entrance there. We're already working with Design Grind, the coffee shop that's there, to try and collaborate with some coffee and books, book stories and book collections, and have some fun. And, we've always been a good neighbor at the mall and tried to collaborate with the different businesses. And our goal there is we will drive foot traffic, because that's what we do. We bring people in. So excited about that. And then I'm going to go back to Laura about the Library Congress. If you want to share about Meg Medina on Tuesday.
Yes, we are very excited to host the 8th National Ambassador for Young People's Literature. She is going to be visiting us for a community event on Tuesday, June 13th at 6 p.m. The event starts at 5 with games, music, and refreshments. And after that, at 6, Meg Medina will be in a conversation about her Cuéntame is the name of the Let's Talk Books Meg Medina tour that she's doing. We are one of 2 places that she selected for the spring to visit. So this is a big deal, and we're very excited to have her. I think more than anything, she's excited to visit us. So we are happy to have her here on that Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, she's here for a private event at HOH. This was a collaboration with a couple of different teachers and people from the school district who had to apply to get
Lisa,
with Lisa, who is the
youth services coordinator for the library.
So we're very excited to have Meg Medina visit us, and we have a lot of special things planned for that day. And we have a couple of different people from the press that are going to be here, and some special guests. So please, if you would like to be here, please let me know so we can reserve a seat for you.
Lisa's applied for this multiple times, right?
Yes.
Finally,
Yeah.
we've been selected, so yeah,
For
it's a
different
competitive
offerings, yeah.
process, so it's a big deal.
It is very competitive, yeah. For 2 cities to be selected and ours to be one of them is quite a
Yes.
feather in our cap. So we're very excited about that. And it will take place out on the plaza.
Yeah,
And if it's inclement weather, we'll be inside on the 2nd floor.
Yes.
Okay.
hopefully the smoke is gone.
Yeah, so the smoke should be gone by then. Please. But we've had a busy year. We've had an exciting year. We've had some great new staff come on. Thank you, Ben. Really excited to have you here. Great photographer as well. But our group is the enthusiasm of many people from all walks of life, all different expertise levels. And it's just been really fun to compile a really dynamic team. And I'm very excited. Laura's presence here has really turned the tide on so much of what we do, and taught us about the importance of reflecting ourselves out in the community in a way that the community will respond and come in the doors or come to our events. So I thank you both for that and for all of our new staff, and our seasoned staff, because people come in for all of them and, everybody reacts and interacts with, the public. And as I say to the folks at our front desk all the time, you may be the only person who has said hello to that person coming in the door all day. And if you know their name, to say their name, because you may be the only one who knows their name. And it's, you know, you really touch a lot of lives. And so very proud of all of our staff and the impact that we have on the community. And we thank the school board for consistent support and looking forward to, FY 23-24.
I continue to be amazed by how many programs you guys host over the course of any given month. And it's a testament to the work of your staff. And in a community where, or in any community, you're going to have a whole bunch of people with a whole bunch of different opinions about everything. But I never hear a sour note spoken about the Newburgh Free Library. I really don't.
So let's hope we continue that way.
You're kind of the heartbeat of the city.
It's,
Thank you.
Everybody comes,
Thank you.
everybody comes, old, young,
Yeah.
all different races,
Yeah,
colors,
absolutely.
creeds. It doesn't make a difference. Everybody comes.
absolutely.
And that's what we're here for. And we're not exclusive for any particular group, and we don't pick topics about any particular group. And that's where challenges come from too, you know, but we maintain our, you know, foundational beliefs. So we will stay strong and, keep hoping. And Carol Maneo, I really want to thank you for all of your service to the community and to the district and to the library and to the love of the library. Thank you. Appreciate
It's a
it.
great place to be.
And we'll see you at the grants.
I'm gonna be back here too.
Oh, here too, absolutely. We'll take you wherever we get you. Thank you. Okay. So we end the meeting at 4:38.
So
Say thank you, everybody. Good night.
thank you, everybody. Good night.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep.